Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Vita, your family's favorite realtor, and I am going to talk to you today about comparing Florida versus Georgia. If you're new here, please subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss my real estate tips or community spotlights. And again, today we're going to compare two popular states in the region, Florida versus Georgia. Whether you're looking for a new job or a retirement spot or just a change of scenery, let's explore which state might be perfect for you. First off, let's talk geography and climate. Florida is mostly a peninsula surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. It's known for its tropical and subtropical climates, hot, humid summers, and mild winters. Coastal breezes are common, and hurricane season is a major consideration. Georgia has four distinct regions: mountains in the north, rolling hills, coastal plains, and the Atlantic coastline near Savannah. Summers are still hot and humid, but winters are generally milder than northern states, though colder than Florida. Georgia also experiences seasonal changes, especially in the northern mountains. So, if you prefer being warm year round with plenty of beach access, Florida might be your top place. But if you like a little slight variation in seasons and occasional chilly winter, Georgia can offer that. So let's talk about the cost of living and the cost of housing. The two states connect, but how are they different? Because that's one major factor in choosing a state is the cost of living. So let's start with Florida. There's no state income tax, which is a big draw for Florida. However, property insurance can be really high, particularly in coastal areas prone to hurricanes. Some home prices and overall costs vary widely, with areas like Miami and Naples on the pricier side. Now, Georgia, it does have a state income tax, but housing in many parts of the state is quite affordable, even in Atlanta suburbs. So you might get more square footage for your money compared to prime Floridian coastal cities. So it's important to consider property taxes, insurance costs, and commute times if you want to choose between two different cities. So the best approach is to compare specific locations like Orlando versus Atlanta, or Miami versus Buckhead or East Cobb, or Savannah versus Tampa, which, if you want that, I will do those videos for you too. So put down in the chat below if you would like a city by city comparison. And if so, let me know which cities, since each has its own price range and market conditions. All right, so let's talk about the job market and economy, because jobs can be a big deciding factor. Florida thrives on tourism, hospitality, and service industries, along with healthcare, aerospace, and international trade, especially around ports like Miami. The Sunshine State also attracts retirees, which supports a robust market in real estate, healthcare, and senior services. Georgia, on the other hand, is home to major companies like Coca-Cola, Home Depot, UPS, Delta, and those are all in the Atlanta area. Plus, film and television production is major in this region. Agriculture is also significant in rural areas, and ports like Savannah are key to trade. So if you're in the film or corporate or startups, Georgia might be your spot. But if you're into tourism and hospitality, Florida could be more appealing. It just really depends on your field and your career goals. So, lifestyle and pace. So, this is very, very interesting because the lifestyle in Florida versus Georgia can differ quite a bit. So, Florida, it's famous for its vacation-like vibe. Think about beaches and theme parks like Disney World and resort-style living in many communities. Coastal cities have a relaxed, beachy atmosphere, while island areas can be more agricultural or suburban. Well, Georgia combines Southern hospitality and a diverse blend of urban, suburban, and rural experiences. So Atlanta's fast-paced city life balances it with its smaller towns and scenic countrysides. So you can hike the Blue Ridge Mountains, or you can enjoy coastal charm in Savannah. So deciding between the beach life or more varied landscape really often depends on people's choice between the states. All right, we want to talk money. Let's talk about the money. We know about taxes and the financial factors, and we touched a little bit on taxes, but let's just break it down a little bit further. Florida, like I mentioned, has no state income tax, which is a huge perk for many. Sales tax and property taxes can vary by county, and homeowners insurance, like I mentioned, can be really, really pricey along the coastlines or areas that are prone to hurricanes. Some of my clients that have moved down there said there's a insurance like a wind or flood insurance. So that's something that might be specific to a particular area or state, unlike Georgia. So Georgia, though, does impose a state income tax, but property taxes are often more moderate and insurance costs may be lower than Florida's because there's less hurricane exposure mostly. And sales tax also varies by county. So if you're a higher earner or you're looking to retire, Florida's no income tax can be appealing, but you'll want to factor in all the housing costs before just jumping right in. Let's talk traffic. Let's talk transportation. I'm always going to talk about traffic because I don't want anybody to say they had no idea, because I hear that a lot. Both states have popular metro areas with their own traffic challenges. Florida, like cities like Orlando, Tampa, and Miami, the big cities, they can have significant congestion, which is to be expected. Public transportation can be limited, although some places are improving. Georgia, let's just talk about the Atlanta metro. It is notorious for heavy traffic on the Interstate 75 and I-85 and 285. And MARTA, which is a public transportation system, it does provide some transport, but the system does not cover all suburbs extensively. It is very limited. And most of the time you have to drive to the bus or to the train station. So may as well keep driving. So whether you'll face intense traffic, that may really come down to the specific city that you choose, but be prepared to drive in both states, especially if you live outside of major urban centers. All right, so recreation and outdoor activities. I think we all know that Florida is a hot spot for water activities. You got boating, you have fishing, scuba, surfing, all of that. And of course, theme parks. You have Disney World. I mean, it's home to Mickey. Universal Studios, SeaWorld, Shamu. I don't know if Shamu's still there, but there's some kind of whale, some kind of dolphin show, I'm sure. Golf courses are everywhere, and there is an emphasis on outdoor living because the weather is so beautiful. So Georgia, it also offers a variety of outdoor fun. We have hiking and camping in the mountains, and you can enjoy lake life on Lake Lanier or Lake Oconee. And then the coastal Georgia provides opportunities for boating and beach going too, just to name a smaller, just to name a few, but of course it's a much smaller scale compared to Florida. So whether you prefer the Gulf Coast, the Atlantic beaches, or mountain getaways, both states offer plenty for you to do outside. Do you have cultural diversity? That's what people ask. Well, both Georgia and Florida have diverse populations and cultures. Florida is famously a melting pot with strong influences from Latin America, the Caribbean, and beyond, particularly in Miami. So retirees from all over the U.S. create diverse communities in Central and Southern Florida, while Georgia has seen growing diversity, especially in Atlanta, which draws people from all over the world for business, for film, and higher education. You'll find an array of international restaurants, cultural events, and festivities and festivals throughout the year. So no matter which state you choose, you're likely to find pockets of culture that resonate with your background and your interests. All right, education. I just said a little bit about that a second ago. Both states offer public and private K through 12 schooling plus higher education options. If you watch anything about sports, you know both states have a lot of college teams and rivalries with football, as football is concerned. Florida has a large public university system. You have University of Florida, Florida State, USF, UCF, and is recognized for the Bright Futures Scholarship for the in-state students, while Georgia has a reputable institutions like the University of Georgia, Go Dogs, Georgia Tech, Emory, and a strong Hope Scholarship program for state residents. So, as always, you're going to want to check your local school ratings if you're moving with children or planning a family, since performance can vary by district and city. So, which one's right for you? I don't know. Ultimately, choosing Florida or Georgia depends on your lifestyle goals, your job opportunities, your budget, and climate preferences. So, if you dream of endless summers, beaches at your doorstep, and no state income tax, Florida might be your top pick. But if you'd like a bit of seasonal variety, a robust corporate or film industries, and a classic Southern vibe, Georgia might be a perfect match. Which state would you pick? Let me know. I really want to know. Tell me down in the comments below. Thank you again. Thank you for tuning into my Florida versus Georgia comparison. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might be deciding between the two states. And don't forget to subscribe for more real estate advice and community spotlights in the Southeast. And if you have any specific questions about buying, selling, investing, or moving here or moving out, reach out to me. I'm Vita, your family's favorite realtor, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay sunny and take care. Bye.